Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Enter the Gungeon with DogAndPony. I'm DogAndPony and this is Enter the Gungeon. If you want to check this game out, look at the links in the description below. Right now, I believe we left off with a pilot run, so that means we're on to the hunter. Alright. So I decided yesterday that I will be playing some off-camera games just to get used to the mechanics more and to practice prior to jumping into a new recording. And all of those games will be on a separate save file, so if you want to watch this series from start to finish and see me unlock everything, you totally can. I think I've gotten a little bit better at the game from playing without having to worry about talking at the same time. So hopefully you'll see some better gameplay from me from now on. It's also just a lot better going into a new game or anything like that to play a little bit before I'm recording. So I just played a run as the hunter before this and did a pretty decent job, and now I'm hoping that translates well into my gameplay with additional commentary. I want to provide you guys the best content that I can. If you don't like that, if you don't want me to find new things off screen, let me know in the comments and I'll see what the consensus seems to be. But just know that I won't be doing anything on this save file. This game supports multiple save files, and all of the recordings will be done on slot A, while all of my off-camera play will be on B, if that's the direction I go in. Alright, we got a blank there. It's pretty good. So far, so good. I've had a couple of rooms that I would consider difficult for this early in the game. The summoners and all that. And I haven't been hit yet. This room seems a little dangerous here. Not because it was difficult, but because I kind of backed myself into a corner. I managed to get out unscathed thanks to a couple lucky but overall well-timed dodge rolls, if I do say so myself. Let's keep moving on. Hopefully find an item soon. And if I do discover anything off camera, I will try not to mention it until I find that same thing here. And, you know, keep it relatively spoiler free so you can see what I'm seeing in real time, and as if you were actually learning this for yourself. Which I know some of you won't consider important at all. And that it really depends on the individual viewer, I think. Yes, these grenade guys. Luckily, none of them did that dash toward me. I still don't know how to escape that attack. Pretty intense. But luckily, they didn't have time to do it before I killed them. I think we're moving in the right direction toward an item. Maybe that room to our left there is going to be our first item. Just a couple more guys, hoping there's no more waves. I really would like to find out what we're gonna get. The game did not really, you know, not obey, but you know, consider my feelings there, generating that second wave of enemies. But we're moving on, and this is a shop. I probably could have seen that on the map. This is a shop, not what I wanted, not anything here that I want. The jar of bees is okay, but it's overall probably not worth the 45 here. This is a dead end. Where am I trying to go? I'm trying to go down. That's what. Maybe this will lead to our dead end for sure, which means our item room is going to be in there. You'll have to pardon the I guess overall slowness of my commentary here. And the fact that I just got hit. It has been probably 2 or 3 days since I last recorded an episode. I recorded a lot of these in bulk, and then I did go on a camping trip, so I was completely without video games for a couple days there. And it's going to take a little time. Like I said, I did do off-camera runs, but just the commentary adds a whole new thing that I have to work on and kind of figure out again as I go. Oh man, really thought I was gonna be out of the way of that. Oh, jeez. This is not going well. This was just fine until like a room or two ago, and then all of a sudden my play just really had a drastic drop in quality. Okay, this is our first item. A banana? Banana. Plantain. That's like plantain, but with pain. It's a gun, apparently. Bananas resemble guns and are high in potassium, a convenient snack and or weapon for Gungeoneers. That's cool. I've never seen this, so let's check it out. I wanted to open up that door, but overall, teleporting is going to be a lot faster for us. So here we go. Gonna crush all these things because I still don't know if it's good for me or not. What? Not totally sure. Okay, it looks like I have to charge it up a little bit, and then it does a substantial amount of damage after that. Luckily, I have picked up a second key. What do we got here? This looks like armor. Gun Knight armor. Armor every floor. Okay, so I actually have seen this off camera. I didn't recognize the item, but it is a... It says the breastplate of the aimless knight, Cormorant. Able to dispatch the gundead with ease, the knight grew overconfident in his abilities. Deep in the hollow, his concentration had weakened, and he sustains a grievous wound. Okay, so what this does for us, and I didn't actually see it in action, but I think it's pretty straightforward. It will generate more armor for us every time we go down. So as you see up in this corner, we have gotten a free armor plate, which protects our health and also has like a pulse effect that does a little bit of damage to everything around us when we do lose it. So when we get hit, instead of losing health, we lose armor. And you've probably understood that already from previous videos, and it's not too complicated. But now, every time we go down to a new floor, we will get a piece of armor, which is going to be fantastic for us. Here we are fighting the Bullet King. I'm hoping this banana does a decent job at just taking him out. Gonna go ahead and use a blank. No reason not to. Alright. This does fire pretty slowly, and since in the wake of all these bullets my accuracy is going to decrease, I think I'm going to switch off. Not to the crossbow, that also fires slowly, but back to my rusty sidearm. I think this will get us through this fight a lot quicker. And the faster we get through it, the less likely we are to get hit. Almost got caught in that Molotov there. Wouldn't have been good. Unfortunately, I've been hit 2 more times. This isn't going well. This fight isn't too hard overall. I'm making some bad plays. I think I may have accidentally just hit his right hand there. Luckily, he also hit his own right hand right after. That guy can be quite a pain. After you hit him, he runs at you and can do quite a bit of damage to you, but he does take like 1 more hit just to kill. If you leave him alive, he will cry at the end, which is, I guess, amusing. He really likes the king. It's a little bit sad. But these guys, I assume, are just bad guys. We're the good guy. We have to be. Well, I have died against Bullet King, which is a little disappointing because I consider him to be the easiest boss on this level. At least that I've encountered. I don't know if I've fought every first floor boss yet. We're going to do a quick restart and jump right in. The only 3 bosses I've encountered on the first floor are the Bullet King, the Gull, Gatling Gull, and the Trigger Twins. I don't know if those are the only 3 bosses at this level, or if maybe I have to unlock more first floor bosses, or just somehow randomly have not encountered them yet, despite having played quite a few games at this point. But of those 3, at least at this stage, I'm considering Bullet King to be the easiest. They do all present unique challenges, though the overarching theme of them is bullet hell. Oh, gosh. Okay, just move on. Don't worry about taking 1 or 2 hits early on. You're probably gonna find health. Don't get hit again though. Just make sure you're keeping as much of your health as you can. As you can see, we do need it for the boss fight. I'm hoping to get to a point where I can get flawless victories against the bosses. I have seen that you can get rewards for getting flawless victories. I don't know what those rewards are, and I'm hoping to discover that in due time, preferably sooner rather than later. A free key is going to be great. That means we don't have to buy one to get into our second treasure chest, which there are always 2 treasure chests on the first floor, and being able to get into both of them without having to spend our money is great, because that means we can get health if we need to. That was bad. I meant to flip that table, but I think I was just a little bit too far away. The lawn of my apartment complex is being mowed right now. I believe I waited long enough that they're not going to get too close to my apartment again, but if the noise does get picked up on the video, I apologize. Okay, if we could take down that chandelier there. I think it did take out one of the minions and might have damaged this Dark Knight a little bit anyway. Alright, there's more waves here. Maybe we could draw them near this barrel, or even just catch them in that grenade shot, which I didn't manage to do, but that's fine. These guys aren't going to be too hard. There's lots of walls to hide behind, and I'm getting better and better at dodge rolling each game. Accidentally just sunk all of that clip into a table instead of into this guy. I think he's the last one in the room. He has like hardly any health. Hey, a free item. What do we got? Lil Bomber, refuse to lose. We've had this before. It's pretty cool. We charge it up. It shoots a exploding shot. Let's get a charge going and use it right when we walk in here on this summoner guy. Looks like another summoner over here. Makes pretty quick work of anybody in the room. Maybe the Dark Knights will take more than one shot to kill, but overall this weapon is pretty great. Look at that. Took out both of those guys with one shot, and this guy managed to avoid the shot, but we'll take out our crossbow and just... Alright. Moving on, I think this is going to be our item room based on the fact that the dead end is right next to it. Alright. What do we have in here? We are fighting a mimic, which is bad for us. He took away quite a bit of our health. We are one hit from death. Let's get out of this room if we can. Didn't manage to do so. Probably should have just tried to fight him. Maybe take out Little Bomber and make that fight quicker, but unfortunately that mimic did kill us. Let's jump in with another quick restart. I'd love to not die this early in our next game. Off camera I do consistently get to the boss fight, if not consistently beating it yet, though I think I do beat them more frequently off camera than I do on camera. I've taken a hit already. Luckily not a second one there. These little purple bullet guys can be quite the pain. They're not too bad if you notice them early on, but if you don't see them right away, and I frequently don't, you're in for some trouble. Ah, that was a whole bunch of misses. I'm gonna stay over here so I don't have to worry about this bird. Oh, dang! Another wave spawned. Unexpectedly. Before I finish the first wave, another wave has jumped in here. I'm gonna just run around, utilize this whole room as dodging space. Take out this bird. His shots can be quite annoying. When he lays that egg and it just bursts into a huge amount of shots that just kind of go everywhere. Not very easy to dodge roll over him. We're good though. This room looks like a weird little face on the map. Okay. Take that guy out. Yes. Perfect. These guys aren't too bad. There's a chandelier to drop if we want to. I do, but I'm going to wait. Maybe if there's a second wave in here, I can do good against them. Use that chandelier to take out that book. There's no other wave, so I'm going to shoot this down. Alright. Here, pretty early treasure chest. That's nice. What do we got? Golden arm. Gun Knight Gauntlet, armored at every floor. This is probably why I didn't recognize the item last time. It looks like it has a different appearance. So this is a arm versus the chest piece we had. The Gauntlet of the Aimless Knight. Cormorant, though the Aimless Knight never needed to reload. Even his prodigious skill was not enough to best the beast that lies at the base of the dungeon. So it looks like you can get maybe multiple of these items in a run. I don't know if this game has transformations like an Isaac, but maybe you could, if you get each of his armor pieces, you can get like a Aimless Knight transformation or something like that, or just, you know, the obvious benefit of having 3 to 4 different armor pieces per floor that you're generating. Sounds pretty useful, and hoping that we can make good use of it. Can't pick this up yet, which is a shame because that rat is going to steal it from us. RR, or as I call him, Rodney the Rat, which I'm sure is not his real name, because that would be really weird if I had managed to just guess it. I got real cornered in there, but I think I'm out now and will manage to not take any more damage in this room. I lost my armor, might have taken another hit after that. Really not great, but I don't think I'm totally to blame for that. Like, obviously it's entirely my fault, but I think it was like avoidable in the beginning, but then I reached a point where it was unavoidable. If that makes sense, and I hope it does. Alright. Looks like we're gonna make it through this room clean of any other damage. We have done so. Let's move back here and try to get that ammo. Looks like Rodney stole it from us already. Thanks for the ammo, punk. RR. Not great. I don't understand why. I guess from a design standpoint, I can understand they don't want you leaving ammo behind because they don't want you doing things like, oh, I've got enough ammo to clear 2 more rooms. I might as well do that and then come back for it and get even more ammo out of it. Fly drop 35. And this way they kind of force you to take the ammo as is, and if you're full on all your ammo, there's no real like strategy there. So in the case where your ammo's full, it's just kind of like, oh, I guess I'm not going to get any ammo. In the case where it's not, they're just preventing you from kind of scumming up the system, and that's cool. I'm fine with that. Oh goodness. These books kind of, the book and the summon are doubling up on me here. Luckily the crossbow does take most of them out in one hit. The blue book is going to take 2 crossbow shots, but that's just fine. We made it out of there unscathed. Here's our boss fight. We'll be coming back to that once we clear the rest of the floor. I didn't buy a key in the shop because I'm hoping I can find a key instead and save our money for something more important later on. I believe that the prices go up each floor, so it might be worth it to buy a key anyway, even if I do find one, because then if I don't find a key elsewhere, I won't have to pay an even higher price for it. So like down here I can pay what, 25 casings for a key. On the next floor it might be more like 30. So, but the key is just as useful on each floor. So if I find a floor, or if I find a key on this floor and use it, I won't need another one for this floor, but I could buy one for the next floor and save some money. That's probably a lot more explanation than I needed. Oh well, let's keep moving. Let's hopefully find another item, find a key before that. I'm gonna stop talking about keys. Taking these guys out pretty easily. Hopefully we'll get another ammo drop because I have been using the crossbow quite a bit and I wasn't able to fill it up from the ammo stolen by our rat, our brood rat. Other things starting with R. Gotta take out these purple bullet guys. He missed me by pure luck and no actual dodging skill. I don't know why he missed. It was a pretty clear shot for me, but he didn't make it, and that's fine. Alright, we've cleared this room. Really would like to, find something new to help me out here. Even if I do have to teleport back to the shop and buy that key, just finding our item room would be a huge boon, especially if it's something worthwhile. The gauntlet is going to be great, but we've already lost its benefit for this current floor, so something more active. Not necessarily an active item, it could be a passive item, but maybe one of those Tabla Sutra items, things like that. Those are great. This flipping tables gets you a bonus. I love those mechanics. They typically make the game a little easier room to room, even if they don't help on like boss fights and the like. Alright. Just more combat. I'd really prefer anything else. Key? Nope, just more enemies. Take out these grenades before they get too close. Come on. Yeah, okay. I made that sound a lot more perilous than it actually was. Got a free blank. That's nice. Useful in our boss fight. Here we go. Okay, let's teleport back to the shop. Purchase this key. And then teleport as close to the item room as we can. Which is pretty far away, unfortunately. I actually could have just used the teleport back feature. If I went back to the portal in the shop and hit E, it would have brought me right back to about here where I was standing when I teleported away. Half a health is nice. And the Phoenix, which we've seen before, it's a fire gun. Not as good as like the flare gun, which I believe we've also seen, which ignites enemies and does a fair bit of damage over time to them and is really good on bosses. But we'll use the Phoenix for this. Fighting against the Gatling Gull, I have beaten him before, so let's hope I can do it again. Let's flip this just for extra protection. Gonna hide behind here just for a second. Hopefully he doesn't start his missile attack too early. There we go. Okay, so we have ignited the Gatling Gull with our Phoenix. And he hasn't done his missile attack yet. I've been hit, but only once. Not too bad. Hiding here. Okay. Oh, he's flying. He has landed. We're doing just fine. Flip that up. Don't forget to use your blanks. Use your gosh darn blanks. They are important. Not like in that scenario there, but maybe here. Okay. Doing okay. We're gonna use a blank just for safety. It looks like the blanks might also damage the enemies a bit, or the enemy flashes to indicate that they like temporarily cannot shoot more bullets either. I have been hit. Oh, dang. Down to one hit. This wasn't a great fight. But I haven't lost all... Never mind. I was going to say hope, and I was wrong. I was wrong to suggest that I hadn't lost all hope. Let's return to the breach real quick. I don't think I have time to do a whole nother run. But we will select the hunter real quick and run up to our shop and see if we can afford anything else with our hegemony credits, HMON credits. What do we have here? We have the heart bottle, the Thompson machine gun, gamma ray, hegemony carbine, and the RPG. The only one we can't afford is the RPG. Let's get the gamma ray. That sounds pretty fun. We have now unlocked the gamma ray, and it can appear in chests below, and we can still afford the heart bottle or the machine gun. Let's get the heart bottle. All right. With that, I'm gonna have to say that is all for now. But if you liked this video, be sure to click the button that indicates that. If that wasn't clear enough, it is the like button. It's a little thumbs up below the video. If you want to see more of this kind of content, subscribe if that's the kind of thing you typically do. And if you don't typically do it, maybe you know, don't knock it till you try it. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.